Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar. Firstly, I really hope that you guys are safe and fine over there. If you go out, make sure that you are taking proper precaution and maintain safe distance. So today we are gathered for a session on the cybersecurity. Today we have a very great speaker and a dear friend with us, Viral Parmar. So I'm handing over without having much time. Let's over to Viral.
Thank you, Mehul. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you all for joining me here on today's session on why we are building an dystopia using AI and ML, and why or what is the need of using AI and ML. I hope you guys see my screen and see my presentation. Everything is okay, Mehul. Can you guys
Yes,
see my screen?
yes. The screen is
Yeah,
visible.
thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mehul. My name is Viral Parmar. I'm a founder and CEO of ComExpo Cybersecurity Foundation. I'm a cybersecurity researcher by profession. Also work with Mozilla Foundation, working with them from last 4 years, or more than that. As of now, I gave more than 500 plus sessions all across the world on cybersecurity. Solve more than 200 cases of cyber crimes and cyber frauds as of now. Also, because of my work, because of my initiatives, my projects like Logout, the Hackers Meetup, and other projects as well, I have reached out to my team. Whole team has reached out to more than 10 lakh people as of now, and reached to them and aware them about basic privacy and security. Also, I always believe that no hacking and but no hacking. So you should always know hacking, what hacking is, but you should not be doing hacking which is illegal, by the way. So that's why, as we all know, and we all are actually as of now connected to internet, from all the devices, all the devices like phone, laptop, or smart home systems like smart LED lights, smart fridge, and everything. Also, we are using technology on a very discrete way and very huge humming. We are actually using internet in different ways, but it actually expands the scope of using that, and we are using from many years. But because of the scenario as of now, because the trending technologies, and because of the usage of internet, and because of the usage of the services, and accessibility, as well as ease of using now, because we want luxury. So these technologies are like in luxury as of now, or things are happening because of that. It's become a luxury. Like you want your car a smart car. You don't want to even clean your houses, so you're using instead of smart devices, instead of doing jhadu pota as well in your home, you're using smart devices to clean your home, right? Similarly, we are also connected with the internet in different ways. Like you are accessing social media platforms, you are accessing lots of websites, bank using internet for banking and stuff, using internet for getting an education, or chit chatting with people, or for communication purpose, or for and again networking with someone else, or looking for places, or just search for places, and also used for connectivity, right? So you want to be connected with someone somehow in this age of information. So now everyone is connected with everything, and everyone is connected with each and every devices, and everything is in the network and on the internet. So there is a saying in cybersecurity domain, that whatever you post on social media, or like whatever you post on internet, so whatever you post on internet, it goes to internet, and it will be there for the time of, like, for the whole time, right? So it won't be getting deleted, and whatever you post on internet, it remains on internet. So no one can delete that data, no one can delete or remove or edit even that data. Suppose you are posting something on Facebook, so the data that you inserted for the first time and the things that you edited later are going to remains there for the whole time from your lifespan, until even internet is there. right? So things have been there, things have been happening, and you are using internet on a different for ease of your usage, right? Now if we talk about device connectivity and everything, and lots of people are using, these are some new keywords, I would say, latest keywords that people are using if we talk about internet or technology kind of things. So if we talk about trending words like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, ML, DL, that is deep learning. So what is this AI, ML, and DL? So AI, artificial intelligence, which is an actually created program. Like suppose there is a developer and programmer who actually created a program which can sense, reason, and act, and also adapt as per the requirement. This is the program is developed by the developer, right? Now it is actually created in such a way that it do such things like act and adapt as well, and also learn. Before that, actually it's in subset, machine learning is a subset of AI. But actually if we talk about AI, we have to start working with our software tools and technology, and we have to teach them, right? So machine learning is teaching our machines, our devices, our software from the basis of data that we have created on a regular time span. So, according to that, algorithms that we have created for machine learning. So, algorithm we will check for performance and can improve that performance as well. Also, it will require in data, right? It will require in, it will obviously need in learning, right? It's from data it will learn that over the time of period, these are the things happened before, and to improve such things we will use some different methods, and we are getting adapted to that things, right? That is how machine learning works. Now machine learning is a mechanism that we can use to train our chatbots or softwares or hardware devices as well. Now after machine learning it will go to artificial intelligence, that everything is learned from the data and performance is improved. Now it will get act and adapt and sense and also reason the scenario. Now if it will do a task that is given to them. But if talk about an larger extent, what other things can happen, like maybe you guys saw a movie called Terminators, where the Terminators who are actually robots can think by them, and work and according to the task that is given to them, but they adapt and understand the whole environment and ecosystem, and according to that they actually perform, right? Now also they have a learning, right? So that is called kind of their learning they have, that is called deep learning. So in that deep learning, so they have created a neural network, like we can create our neural network, and using that neural network, that devices or our algorithms or the program actually learn by itself, and also take decision by itself. That's a whole different kind of a thing in deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, where deep learning actually take actions by them, and they have a neural networks and they can take action, and they don't need our access or instruction to do something. Where in artificial intelligence they have to, and in machine learning it's just in performing a task. Now, if we talk about why we use or why we have to use AI/ML, so that is first of all, first thing is implementation. So, if we are using AI, we have to just implement that in for the first time only or one time only. We don't have to install and upgrade the programs on regular basis. Why? Because they are actually learning by itself, and they are understanding the scenario and things, and they will implement everything by themselves. So no need to implement or upgrade the softwares on regular basis. Also, it works 24/7. It's not like your employee that you have to give them in regular training sessions or upgradation skills and everything. Also, given on regular basis, you have to give them salary and kind of a things, and they can only work for 8 hours, right? But if it about AI, it works 24/7. Also, you will use or and it will give you as an digital assistance as well, which normal humans mostly won't. Handling repetitive jobs, as I mentioned, that if there is an employee, he won't or she won't do it the same thing again and again, they will get bored. But if you talk about AI, they will do it their own hand. Also, how or where we can implement these things in medical applications, so we can also teach them or use them medical applications, because the use of this AI and program, which is accurate, pretty much accurate mostly, so it reduces the errors. So if we talk about humans, so human do make errors on a regular basis. So humans are there, always there. So this actually reduces the errors of humans, and AI makes less errors. To break it down, as I said that about salaries, actually normal people, as in normal employees, a human person will ask for salaries, and if they are doing some extra work, they will ask for extra salary as well. But if you talk about AI, they won't. These are the main reasons people use AI. Now, what are the applications of AI? So, why or where we can use AI, artificial intelligence, on regular basis to help ourselves? So, starting from creating antibiotics. So, recently it was in the news that a powerful antibiotic has been developed with the use of artificial intelligence, which actually they given task, they given them an information data that the institute had, and they AI worked by itself and also run from the lots of programs and tasks and probability, and in the end they get in powerful antibiotic, which they actually now institute has developed. Also image curations on a large scale. So image curation is very hectic thing if we talk about doing it in a physical form or even using some softwares. But if we talk about companies like Yelp, so they are using AI to for image curation, and they are doing it very pretty well, and they are using and implementing on a large scale. Also content discovery. So AI will help in content discovery, like Pinterest is using. As you guys, I think most of you are using Pinterest. If not, then you can check on that. It's a good platform for content. So content is like, it's in mostly infographics things that you will say in Pinterest, and lots of people are using Pinterest. So it will help, or it is actually helping Pinterest. AI is helping Pinterest to for the content discovery, and also for to the users to improve the content discovery. Also chatbot army. So Facebook, if we talk about Facebook on regular basis they uses AI each and everywhere. If we talk about chatbot or checking the application, checking the supports, or checking for the request that is made to Facebook, everything in Facebook is connected with the AI, and AI is working on that, and AI is actually checking each and everything. Talk about the further things about Facebook. What are the also disadvantages of AI? That's why I focus on. Also, similarly, Twitter are using a social media platform. Lots of social media platforms are using AI, and Twitter is using AI for curated timelines, so which is a smaller part of an whole Twitter agenda and things that work on Twitter work on. But yes, they help us as a user to get in curated timelines. Improving e-commerce conversion rates for Amazon. So Amazon is obviously they have a persuasion architecture in the system. Like suppose if most of the time it happens that suppose if you're buying any laptop, right? If you're buying any laptop from Amazon, it will also suggest you to buy Bluetooth this keyboard as well as mouse or headphones or similar other things which is related to laptop, or like softwares, like suppose they will also share you to buy suppose Microsoft Office, right? So how this works, so they implemented AI, artificial intelligence, which learns that if suppose any buyer is buying something, and what are the other things they also buy on a regular basis with that devices or things they had bought earlier, right? So it works on a persuasion architecture. They always show you the things that you want to buy or you don't want to buy, but you can buy, right? Also, if we talk about AI, it is actually um, also dispersing the whole content or the whole domain of voice search, or I would say voice assistant. So it is disrupting the whole platforms. Like suppose Baidu is using AI for voice search, future voice search. Similarly, Amazon and Google and Home are also using this AI for improving their voice assistants. Similarly, if you talk about other platforms, HubSpot is an platform where people can go and use or improve their connectivity with their users and reach out to more and more people. Also, there is an option of for sales, increasing sales on the basis of number of users actually onto their on your platforms, like on the all the social media platforms. From that, how can you actually convert that, and what is the conversion rate to get into the sales, or increase in the sales, right? This is why most of the people use HubSpot, so they are using AI in that as well. Similarly, I companies like IBM also using, so they are using AI for betterment of an healthcare systems. Salesforce, which is a company for creating CRMs and intelligent CRMs, so they are implementing AI as well for working with CRMs and intelligently. Companies like Google, which is a big company, are also using AI in different ways. And one is like mostly it's implementing most of the times, or like whole works on AI, which is self-driving cars and automated transportation. So Google are, as you guys know, that Google have created self-driving cars, and they're using AI to teach cars to learn and adapt the whole scenario and ecosystem and environment, and works accordingly. Now, if we talk about usage of AI, we had discussed, but if we talk about the disadvantages, so actually there are lots of disadvantages of using AI for us, as it is affecting us mostly everywhere, actually, not just one place, each and everywhere. Like starting from the banks, if suppose if we talk about, uh, huh, hello,
Hello, Viral.
yes, 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 Mehul.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's it.
Okay, thanks. So, if we talk about affecting us with the AI, how actually AI can affect us. So, if we talk about banks, so banks is the systems, they are using this the different kind of a scenario for increasing the customers in the banks, and also they have, as of now, suppose if we talk about the major earning points of banks is loans, right? So if banks is like, suppose if I have money in my bank account, and that same actually money have to banks have the same money, but using that same money that I have put in the bank, so they are giving a loan to someone else, and they are making profit on that, and they are taking an interest on that. Now, if you talk about loan, suppose if I want to take a loan, so they will go and record and check all my backgrounds, that am I a defaulter or not, am I if I did I actually took any loan on regular basis, or parallelly took any loan, or am I eligible to loans or not. And on that basis they have some a standard procedure, and they have a checklist that you should to be fill in. Now if you are not into making up to the checklist, they won't give you a loan. Now, suppose if we are using AI, artificial intelligence, for checking and verification of a loan, so they will check on the things that you have did in past, or your records that you had earlier with the bank, or just not just one bank, each and every bank, right? So AI will predict and think, and also approve your loans. That means AI will take an action, and AI will take an action, and kind of an he is an authority. Yes, it is an authority. It will take action, and it will let bank know that is that person is eligible to loan or not. How? Because of the data that is they received. Suppose if we talk about humans, so human understand the emotions and scenarios and different perspective of a person and bank and jobs and everything, but AI won't, because AI don't have an emotional thing, right? So they won't understand that part, so it's in risk that AI won't give you a loan. It's most probably won't, they won't give you a loan, right? Because of the standard procedure that they have. Now if suppose instead of AI there was a person, there was a human, then there are probability there are more there is a more probability of getting a bank loan, because human can understand, a person can understand the whole scenario. Similarly, credit cards. So if we talk about credit cards, so bank or credit card companies mostly, they are providing, bank don't provide credit cards, companies is. So credit card companies will also check for your bank statements and past your credit card details and your CIBIL score and other details, that are you eligible or appropriate candidate to give you a credit card, right? So that AI will predict that this person will go bankrupt or not, or can pay loans or can pay credit card bills for next 1 to 2 years, then only we can provide them a credit card, right? So it's very serious, because a system and program will actually decide that you will get a bank loan or not, or you will get a credit or not. Similarly, a very serious scenario within health insurance companies. Now, health insurance companies are these days they are using not just health for an health insurance, but every kind of an insurance. So, health insurance companies and insurance companies are actually using AI on regular basis to improve their customer segments. Now how it is, see, it is not benefit to us, it will benefit to companies. Now how, so most probably in the whole scenario for the insurance companies, they will take money from us, and they don't want us to give that insurance money to us, that that's their main scenario. Now to help them, they are using to help them and to understand the whole scenario, they are also using AI for improving of their whole topologies and also the structure of providing an insurance. So how it will affect us? So if we talk about an insurance, so you will applying for, you are, suppose if you're applying for insurance, and so you will check on that, suppose if it's an health insurance, then you will there's a checklist that you will do click on, that suppose check on that, suppose you were in did you had any kind of a disease earlier, or what kind of an things that has happened earlier, like suppose accidents, so how many times accident happened to us, happened to you, or what kind of an other things, or your health habits, what are your health habits and what are the other things happen with you. Now you can actually first few documents, if we talk about, and filling up on documentation form physically, right? But if we talk about AI, so they are gathering data as well. So insurance company, what they are doing is they are gathering lots of data from your hospitals and other agencies. So from that data they will understand that your characteristics as often living thing, like as a person, what is your characteristics. I suppose if you have on regular basis, you do have an diseases, or you become an kind of an gotten flu, or your health is not good on regular basis, you become an ill, you become ill. Also because of your behavior, like your furious behavior, and you drive very fast, it happened that you had got an into accident many times. Also you having such symptoms in your, like in your health, about your health or in your body, right? You have some symptoms to become an ill or get a disease in future in next 5 years. So insurance companies will take an action on that data, that receive information that they received, and they will predict that this person won't be alive in next 5 years. So there is no meaning of giving an insurance to them. So they predict the future, and on that basis they are giving an insurance. And most of the time it will happen that they will tell that because of your information and we didn't like it appropriately, so we are not giving you an insurance, health insurance or any kind of insurance, right? So it will judge us, the AI will judge us. And also it's very serious that because of using of AI, insurance company will predict the future, and according to your, like from the data, and according to that they will give you they will take an action that they would have to give you an insurance or not, specifically health insurance, which is very serious, because they have all your data where your privacy has been compromised, because your personal information, like your health, like your health reports and everything, has they have the details and everything. Also it might happen that your jobs is in danger as well. Why? Recently, let me give a good example. Recently it happened that one of a company in USA, they are using AI, artificial intelligence, to hire some people in their company. Now after 2 months, AI have gave all the data to the HR department that these are the candidates who are eligible to do a job. In that data, they saw that the people who are eligible for job mostly are white people and American people, white people, and not a single woman in that list. So they thought of that why this happened. There is not a single woman and not any other people than white American people. So why? So they analysis the whole scenario and they understand that AI predicts and AI understand that because of some guy who created it, I think so. On that basis, it happened that AI actually works on the work that way on that the proper program that has created. So AI actually tells that, and AI understand that black people or which is a non-American people are not trusted people. You cannot trust which are people which are who are actually non-American people or non-white people. They you can't trust them. Also, women's you can't hire a woman. If you hire a woman, then it will reduce in productivity of your office, of your work, of your company. How? Because if you talk about women at least need in 4 to 5 days because of like periods and menstrual cycle. Because of that, they won't work in office. So it reduces in 4 days productivity of company or for as in from because of individual. Suppose if we hire more women in company, so it will reduce the more productivity of the whole company. As well as suppose if women are pregnant, they will take a leave, paid leave, for at least 4 to 6 months, which is a very serious thing because suppose if a person and a resource of a company or asset of a company is not available for 4 to 6 months in a company and you have to pay for them, then it is a very serious thing and it is not appropriate thing to hire such people. That was AI understanding. Because of that, AI didn't actually choose any of a woman and any of a black person or non-American person to hire a job, to hire a company in that specific company. So it's a very serious thing. So AI can also understand such scenarios and they will affect us job as well. Similarly, as I discussed, prediction. So AI will predict the future. So AI will understand the data they have received by them, and also they will understand the scenario that what will gonna happen in the future. On that basis, we can get actually in a trouble and very big trouble. Also, election. So AI can actually affect election like proper general election, body election. Like even recently, US gonna have an elections and they're gonna choose president. Similarly, in our India also have an election recently, and they selected some party, right? So they are similarly. If we talk about AI, they can also predict and affect the election that has happened, and it is also in the news. It was in the news that a company called Cambridge Analytica, will discuss it further as well. Company called Cambridge Analytica actually affected the US election from the data that they have created, and using that data, the company Cambridge Analytica actually analyzed the whole data and use AI and perform lots of different kind of a scenario and run some program and run some tests, and the data that they have created and used, from that data they actually change the whole scenario and outcome of an US election. Also, AI, IoT devices. If we talk about IoT devices, Internet of Things, it will affect AI on regular basis. Also, IoT devices are connected with AI these days, and they will also affect us in our life. How we'll discuss it further. Now, if we talk about worst past, these are the scenario that I have told you that these things can happen. Now, if we talk about worst part, so worst part is data surveillance. If we talk about AI will help companies to do a data surveillance, even government and other bodies as well to do a data surveillance. Also help data broker to gather the data and sell the data to the concerned person, concerned companies, concerned parties. Also, ads. So ads is a, like an as I think most of you are aware about the Google AdSense and YouTube and other applications that you use, and you've seen lots of ads, right? So things that you have searched recently, things you are visiting recently, uh, you will see on ads on that basis of that things that you have done recently, right? So you are watching lots of ads because you suppose, let me give an example. I'm getting an ads, lots of ads on about traveling, like flight. Please book your flights from India to USA. But I'm seeing that ads on regular basis. Why? Because I actually Google it. I Google about to flight book and flight from India to USA. I just like search it, right? So because of that search or because of the website that I have visited recently, it is generating an ads. So it is also predicting that when or how will need a ticket booking tickets. I have to book and tickets to travel, right? So that is there. So AI will help that search engine, Google search engine, to understand the scenario and not for just me, for everyone else as well. Similarly, manipulation of a data, which is very serious, can be happen because of AI. Perception architecture, as I told you, that suppose, let me give an example as well. Suppose if you are using YouTube, or you're visiting YouTube and you're watching few videos, right? So if you're watching one video, you won't stop there at one place. Similarly for Facebook as well. So if you're watching video on Facebook, you're not stopping yourself at just one video that you wanted to watch, but you are on like on the same time, you are after one video, you have watched at least 10 videos which we are not supposed to watch. So how this happens? Because of AI, which is used in a backend. So AI is used by Google, Facebook, and other companies as well. So in YouTube, it is there. So they always, after like completion of one video, it automatically redirects to another video which is similar to that, and it might interest you. So it gives you that video and show you that video and your past experience and past videos that you have watched, right? Similarly, even Facebook as well, the video that you are watching as of now, before that you watch 10 videos, and that 10 videos that you watch, and you find all the videos are important and interesting mostly. Why? Because it's your like being the behavior to watch such videos, right? And Facebook knows that you like these videos, so they'll keep showing you their videos, so you won't stopping at just watching one videos in Facebook. So it's in called persuasion architecture. Now it also help companies to learn the characteristics of people, as I told you, right? So worst part is the companies will learn your characteristics, how you use, what do you do on regular basis, from morning to evening, what you do, and what are the websites you visit, whom do you talk, and other things as well. Fine. It also the worst scenario that it becomes that person like AI become as in person. Like as I mentioned that maybe you guys saw in movie Terminator, right? It's very serious that suppose such robot have an AI, and it will take some action and on the basis of ecosystem and on the scenarios and the things that they have learned. And it's in human nature that if you find suppose something is dangerous for you, suppose it's dangerous to suppose if someone is pointing a gun on you, so it's very dangerous and you are into a situation that you have to fight back, right? So similarly, suppose if AI is there, so you will suppose you are like you don't have an intention to kill obviously shoot AI or that robot, but it happens that a robot fight back and might kill you. That's the very worst scenario cases. Now AI powered things. Lots of things are AI powered these days, from normal phone to even smart homes and everything, right? So other things, if we talk about, lots of other companies are also big companies are also using AI each and everywhere. Like most of the companies are using AI these days to improve their information, data, and future objectives as well. Big companies like Facebook, Amazon, Tencent, Alibaba, and Google are actually using AI, and lots of other top companies, net companies are also using AI, which might change our future. Actually, now uh, what are the worst scenarios can happen? As I mentioned, it may compromise your privacy. How the companies like Facebook are using AI each and everywhere. Like as I mentioned, they are using Facebook in AI and Facebook everywhere, from posting your thoughts to reporting to the Facebook, that suppose this is an inappropriate content to post and someone has posted against me and which is not appropriate, I want to report it. There as well, they're using AI. Now, this is good meme that I like. Now, AI helps Facebook to understand each and everything, and Facebook do understand that they also record each and everything that you do on Facebook, all the data you have created as of now, and not just data on Facebook not just actually look for your data or look for information that you have posted on Facebook. They also do lots of research work and gather information or buy data from data brokers, buy data from lots of other companies as well. Also track you down on other websites and other applications as well. So recently, you might aware about the scenario that happened on the. This is a new feature that Facebook added in their settings. You can go to your settings and check for the off Facebook activity. So off Facebook activity will let you know that how Facebook tracks you off the Facebook. Like suppose if you are using XYZ website, so Facebook will know that what you are doing at that Facebook, other than Facebook application on that XYZ website, what you are doing on that XYZ website, and not just one website, most of the website on internet. So they are tracking you, and they are keeping a record of each and everything. So you can go in your settings on Facebook accounts, and you can go in your setting and check for off activity of online activity of Facebook, and you can check that what data have created or stored from about you in a Facebook database. So Facebook creates and store all the database in their databases on your account. Also, Facebook not just track you on Facebook websites. If you are open in browser, if you are visiting any website, and suppose if you are open any tabs in the same browser, so Facebook is actually tracking you on that other website as well. They are tracking the whole thing in the whole browser, every activity in your browser. Fine. So this is a good meme that I liked. My dad told me that you are spying on us. So he's not your dad. So why? How come he know that? Because he tracking data and he is tracking person individuals, and he knows everything. Like Mark Zuckerberg knows everything. So Phil, even there is one more this joke that I have shared, that Facebook helps coma patient deal with memory loss by sending him or her all his personal information that Facebook has created and stored in their databases. Now, as I mentioned, that Facebook recently recently it's been many times, not just one time, many times it happens that Facebook leaked data or Facebook got hacked or data has been dumped or data has been leaked from Facebook services, Facebook servers, and Facebook users data was dumped online from lots of platforms, not just one time and not just 50 million users, more than 500 million users data was dumped and stored online on different servers, or hackers or actually data brokers or data gatherer who actually gather data from Facebook applications and Facebook accounts, and they're dumping all data on internet from Amazon server. One of the server was compromised and more than 2 million data was uploaded there, and they have data like your Facebook likes, your whom do you comment, your expression on that post, where are you from, what your locations, your behaviors, your information, like everything, your each and everything what you do on Facebook, it's everything is there on the database. Now we talk about AI, using AI in different ways. Like as I mentioned that IoT information, or sorry, Internet of Things, are you also using AI? So if we connect AI with IoT, Internet of Things, it will lead to a very disastrous way for us. It will become a disaster for us, and it will become a dystopia. How? So let me give an example. So these are some smart home appliances you can see, like voice assistants like Google Home, Amazon Alexa, smart Fitbit bands, even coffee makers, your washing machines, your TV fridge, your home appliances like LED bulbs and thermostats and everything, right? So these are the home smart home devices. Not just these, there are lots of other devices as well, other things that are actually IoT enabled, and it is using AI on most of the times. Also, suppose there are lots of case studies I do have where this details, this devices, the software has been hacked. So recently, Philips. LED bulbs can be hacked very easily using a basic like normal exploit and payloads. You can actually hack Philips smart LED bulbs. Similarly, LG and smart TVs can be hacked very easily. Uh, so you can hack, yeah, smart TV and Samsung smart TV and LG smart TV recently been hacked. Similarly, Fred smart fridge recently been hacked. Smart washing machine recently been hacked. Coffee makers and other things been recently hacked. Even thermostat been recently hacked. Then smart this devices, smart home devices like a voice assistant like Google Home and Alexa has been hacked recently and can be hacked easily. So all these things can be hacked easily. And suppose if all these things are like these all these things are using actually AI, and all the data that they have gathered from you about you. Now suppose if I am a hacker and I have all that data, so what are the things I can do? So let me give you a good example. So there are lots of cases I have seen where let me give you a good example of about this voice assistant, Google Home Mini and Google Alexa. Sorry, Amazon Alexa. So Amazon Alexa records each and everything that you discuss with Amazon Alexa. Not even just that, if that Amazon Alexa and as well as this Google Home Mini or Google Home, it's in your room. Suppose it's in your living room. So whatever you talk in the whole day, and it is plugged in the whatever you talk or discuss in that whole living room with whoever it is, and with whomever you are talking to, all these things has been recorded and sent to their servers. Suppose it's in a local language, suppose it's in Gujarati, Hindi, or Marathi, or any other languages, then what they do is this companies, Google and Amazon, send that all the data to third party companies to translate that whole data and conversation that we had in our living room and convert into English language, in general English language, and that data has been used for learning them, teaching them all this voice assistance, right? So this is not appropriate thing because you are giving our data, you are compromising our privacy, and you are sharing all our data to third party companies that you are using and recording it, which I didn't wanted to. And even my personal conversation, suppose let me give an example. If suppose some fight happens at your home, and suppose if you do something wrong and you just failed in an exam, and your parents is beating you in that room, and it has been recorded in that Google Home Mini or Amazon Alexa, then they know that you got bitten because you just failed the exam, right? And it might Amazon might like it might happen that Amazon Alexa order for you a chocolate from Amazon website. So it might happen, right? To feel you good, to so you can feel good, right? So it might happen. So these are the worst case scenarios where our privacy has been compromised. Now these are the few news. These are the news I have recorded and stored. That which is very important to understand that this smart devices like Amazon Alexa, and Google Home Mini, it's very serious thing to use. Not just that thing, other things as well. So recently it was in the news that Google and Amazon approved apps spying through home speakers. Similarly, there was a murder case that happened in Florida. So Florida police obtained Alexa recording in the murder case to understand the whole murder, how that happened, and who is the person who actually did a murder. So everything that happened in that room was recorded in Amazon Alexa, and it's in the server. So police obtained that data. Similarly, that's a good example there. Everything that we are using smart, even smart car as well. So 30-year-old stalks ex-girlfriend with car tracking apps. So it's very serious. Similarly, a woman reporter, news reporter, found ex-boyfriend was cheating on her from his, like he got to know about from his Fitbit data, that where he used to go in the morning, and it was data was stored on that Fitbit data. So she got to know about that from the Fitbit. Similarly, as Amazon, if you talk about Amazon, so recently Amazon ex executive mentioned that he will turn off the Alexa devices whenever he wanted private movement. Do you understand? Even Amazon executive knows that if I am if I'm not using Alexa, it's in the room, which is not appropriate thing to do, and which is not appropriate to be there and do a private conversation, which is a very serious matter. So all these things actually get recorded and shared with the companies. And suppose like all these devices are also using AI tools, right? So you understand the scenario of that and what it might leads to. Similarly, your privacy can be compromised also, as well as recently I'll give you one more example of there are some things called like new things that come into market like smart toys, not just toys, smart toys who actually talk to your children and on that basis what conversion they want. So they already prepared for few things, that the smart toys knows things that what should talk about with talk with what things has to be talk or discussed with children. But other than that, they are connected with cloud and which are AI based, so they understand the things that we're discussing, the children are discussing with them, that devices, smart toys, children are discussing, having conversation with smart toys, and the smart toys understand and store all the data with the description and discussion that they are having with children, and that data and information that they have stored on cloud, and from that cloud and information that they are stored in database and on the cloud, they're using the data to understand what are the things has to be discussed, or what to have to talk about in the future to that children, or with the with that children, right? It's very serious. If suppose some hacker actually hack that smart toys or smart that smart toys or smart devices cloud server, and get all the data and all the information, and talk with the children and get in serious information from the children, like this happen in USA. Let me show you a video. Oh, it's not table. So here in the video, what happened was that a hacker actually hacked into the Ring security camera, and hacker was talking to that 7 8 year old girl, and talking with her that I am your friend, I am your Santa Claus for this Christmas, and I want to discuss about you. I become want to become your friend, kind of other things as well. So it's very serious that suppose smart toys or the smart devices in your home can be hacked very easily, that it might you get gets into a disaster, or is a problem, big problem with going to happen with you. Fine. So all these things can happen and can lead to compromise of your privacy, and privacy is very important. Similarly, other things can happen, as I think most of you know about this app called Face app. So this is a good AI face editor app, which is actually developed by Russia and from the company called Wireless Labs. So it was created by the Russian company, and they have created this application for entertainment for entertainment purpose, and you can use to actually change your face. So if you are a guy, so you can become a girl with this AI face filters. These are the face filter applications. So you can change your you can put in filter on your face, and you can become from guy to girl, or girl to guy. Also young to old, and old to young, and others filters are also there, right? So second, magic selfie camera and magic filters, right? So they have created this face application, and which use AI. Also they recognize face, and they source the face, your face information or face structure, facial, they also recognize your face, also stores your face structure and face information, and also the whole scenario, like whole information of your face, and stores in that database, and also implement AI on that as well. Now, so what are the disadvantages of using such applications? So recently, this app actually mentioned all these things in their privacy policy. So information that they have stored about you, if you're using that application, the information that is stored about you can be stored in any country, not just USA. If you from USA or India, it's not just for storing that into USA or not India. Anywhere can be done. Also, may transfer information to that we collect about you, including personal information across borders from country to country, or jurisdiction, or other countries out of the jurisdiction around the world. So after GDPR, all the things had been strictened, all the things are very serious, taken seriously. But this app actually, not agreeing to that terms and condition on GDPR policies, which is violation of such policies. They are doing such things. Also, they also mentioned that we affiliate with lots of other application and companies as well. So we do provide our data information with other companies as well, and we won't we are not suppose something goes wrong, so we are not responsible. Facebook app even cannot ensure your security of any information you transmit to face app, or guarantee that information on the services may not be accessed, disclosed, altered, or destroyed. So which is given very clearly, or mentioned very clearly in that their privacy policy and terms and condition. It's mentioned by them. Fine. Similarly, even they also mention that they are not responsible for such practices by employed or website or services linked to or from their services. Right. So it's a very serious thing. Also, they mentioned that thing, that the information that they received, your face information, or where are you from, your locations, your expression, your habit, your behavior, your like everything, right? Whatever information that you have created in that phone and in that application, which is stored by that company, can use by anyhow, by any way, and you can't do anything about that because you give consent to them while creating an account, and you gave them access to your data, and the data is now theirs. How? So they mentioned in that user content policy that you grant FaceApp a perpetual, irrevocable, in a non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide, fully paid, transferable, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, modify, adapt, publish, translate, create derivative works from, distribute, publicly perform and display your user content, any name, username, or likeness provided in the connection with your user content in all media formats, channels now you are known or later developed. Without in that content, if it ever content, what kind of content? Such a username, location, photos, videos, and each and everything. So it's very serious one, and it is very serious thing to do. And you should understand that the data that you have created, it is now their intellectual property, and you can't do anything about that. Similarly, AI can be used by in different ways, and lots of governmental institutions and lots of companies are also using AI. Now, if we talk about governments, they are using lots of spy tools and technologies, or uh, databases and resources. So, if we talk about USA, so they have lots of companies. From there they get data from like ATZ, AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, Facebook, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and other companies, as well as they get all the data from different information data brokers and everything. Because of the they have few laws in their country, as like Patriotic Act and Visa Amendment Acts, as well as they get information from other agencies as well, like GCHQ. Using all this data, and they have created some tools and technologies. From that they can do a surveillance on you. Like they created tools called Prism, Nucleon, Marina, and other devices, other technologies, sorry, other softwares, where they can do an open source intelligence, open surveillance on you without any hesitation. So they are using AI now. Similarly, countries like China is doing a huge mass surveillance in China, not just in China, other places as well. But if we talk about China, so they are doing or using AI in very different ways. Let me show you a video where you can understand how they are using AI. Now, this is a live recording, just not live now, but it was a live recording from an traffic webcam, and all this are into live scenario that this traffic cam records all this thing and detect all these things, that what kind of vehicle it is there on the screen, which kind of color it is they have, if there is a person, then what kind of person he or she is, what kind of color they are wearing, what kind of clothes they are wearing, right? If person have a cycle, is person is on cycle, or he or she is on car, or wearing something else, or like each and everything they have. Even also mentioned that that person is an female, adult, child, or what, like what not, it's everything is there. So they have all this thing, all this data in their live feed, in their live systems. So these are the live footage of an video camera, like CCTV camera of this traffic CCTV camera in China. So they are recording each and everything. Even, oh sorry, I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, fine. So yes, you guys can see my screen fine. So not just that, they're also not just in getting information from CCTV camera as well. So wherever you go in the whole country, in China, wherever you go, they are using AI based and facial recognition systems everywhere. Even if you're going for shopping, if you're going in a mall, so they are not just using AI for this thing, like recording or doing surveillance. They're also doing or using this AI and artificial intelligence systems for even doing payments. So if you go to a shopping mall in China, so you don't have to remove your wallet from your like in your from your pants. It's just you have to show your face to the screen, and it will deduct an amount of money, like money from the amount of shopping that you have did, and it's taken from your account from just your face, right? So it also see all this kind of information and mass surveillance that companies or countries are doing, or data information they're gathering. So it might lead to a different scenario. Similarly, also lots of and defense department of lots of countries, like it was recently in the news that Russia is using artificial intelligence and ML, machine learning, for their nuclear weapons. So there was one case studies and there was one scenario. Suppose if that AI, artificial intelligence, that understand that it is a very critical scenario and critical structure as of now, and someone is because of some behavior of any countries, someone can actually attack Russia. Then that artificial intelligence actually do an automatically get activated and actually do an attack, a cyber attack, not just cyber attack, nuclear attack. Yes, so you can do a nuclear attack on any country. So which is very serious thing, right? So artificial intelligence can also understand and also take a decision to do a nuclear attack on any country as well. So which is very serious. So this might lead to in cyber warfare. Obviously, cyber war, it's a thing that suppose it has been said that suppose if next world war will be there, and then it will be in cyber war. So not these companies or countries actually hacking such as things and softwares and infrastructure of any other country, but also getting an information from other people as well, and hacking into their system devices and the nuclear systems, and also companies and countries, also in this economy and everything. So they hack each and everything. So now, if we talk about scenario, all these are the worst case scenarios. This is why I wanted to aware about that privacy has been compromised. It might lead to a different scenario, and it's very serious thing too. It can might lead to very serious thing, and it might lead to cyber war as well. And we can finish everything by ourselves. So artificial intelligence is a good thing, but they should have an ethics. So ethics and artificial intelligence is a very important thing. And also people are also thinking and talking about that artificial intelligence should have an ethics. People like Elon Musk and other people, intellectual people, is also talking about ethics and artificial intelligence. So it's about ethics is as important to us as a human. So ethics should also important, and artificial intelligence should have ethics as well, right? So I think I don't have enough time. It's almost done. We have it's almost 12 o'clock. So let me wrap up the session first. Thank you all for joining us today. If you guys have any questions or doubt, just let me know. You can ask me any questions here in this chat, or in when you in YouTube, or like in Facebook, wherever you want. Uh, it's good to go. Thank you guys. These are my contact details. You can ping me anytime on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Miran. It was really wonderful session. There are a lot of gems that you shared with us. I think we don't have any more questions actually, because I think content itself has a very much more clear idea, like what exactly what are the cases, and what are the things that actually being going on. So thanks again for joining us, and let's wrap up this, and we're coming up with the next webinar soon in the next week. Again, by end of this, please take care and stay home, stay safe, and thank you so much for joining. Happy weekend.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, Mehul, for inviting. Bye bye. Take care.